Man couldn't get a little loan off there.
You asking for a loan?
I'm asking for a friend. You ready?
Yes, we're ready.
All right. I have a motion. We come out of executive session.
I make a motion to come out of
Motion by
executive
Mike.
session.
I'll second it.
Second by Stephen. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? All right, motion carried. All right. We on item 8A.
Mhm.
We're going to, Mike has some questions about the transmission.
Yeah, Pete, and this is just informational deals. And this is just my understanding. I want to know more about the procedure. But from what I understand, I know that we check the fluids and everything every day before we get started. And I assume that's all being done. But we also send off tests to a lab to check for particles or contaminations in the fluids.
Yeah, so it's
And it's my understanding that I don't know how long it takes for this to go to the lab and the results to get back. But what is the procedure if you get something back from a lab that shows some kind of problem? Do you take care of that right away, or you let it continue, or what? What's the problem?
you got when they send them SOS, they got it. They break it down in 3 categories. You got mild, medium, and high alert. High alert means shut down immediately. That's standing behind it. Medium is have a mechanic come out and look at it, this and that. And then a mild, usually they run a diagnostic test on it because it sends to the GPS system. They run a diagnostic check on it and call you and be like, hey, just change the oil, flush it out, blah, blah, blah. And then we'll go from there and see what happens next. And well, when all that got canceled, my SOS and all this I had, I didn't have the reports no more. I wasn't getting any reports. That's what I told Vince. I need the reports, and it wasn't getting sent to me. But the guy responsible to sent to it, apparently I was told yesterday, he was terminated. And for these some of these reasons, because not only was he responsible for PMs, he wasn't PM sending people out to do like PM4s, 2,000 hours. That's a big high dollar, but you change everything. Okay, and then he wasn't sending out these alerts like he's supposed to, which we pay for, part of our package plan, which we pay for, and then it didn't help when Bobby called up there and canceled his side of it because we was on the same account. When he called and said, and all of a sudden Bobby is saving money. He got his own mechanics. He called him, told him, look, we're not going to use it anymore. We got our own mechanics, blah, blah, blah. He canceled my side. So they quit coming out on PMs, this and that. Now they call them, what's going on? Look, I got equipment here. I know dang well that it's over 250 hours. I'm supposed to get a PM every 250 hours. What's going on? That's what I learned about the Bobby stuff at canceled. So we talked to Mr. Bill. Landfill set up their own account, so it can't happen no more. And but ever since then, I started getting alerts. And that one alert, that's why I called Vince on it. I had Jake Green come out and actually set it all the way up to my phone and my computer. And I did that for a reason because I want to know what's going on. You know, I mean, I tell my guys, this equipment pays your salary. Okay, and so Cat let us down.
Yeah, so you didn't get alert on the one.
When I got my alert, it's too late.
Yeah, but, I mean that's crazy to be paying a service and not getting any feedback on it. I mean that's
well, like I told Mr. Bill, I said, in 10 years, if I had my way, there won't be no cat equipment out there. Yeah. It's just like the Volvo. The Volvo, if it throws any kind of code, Mr. Kenny, service manager over there, he calls me immediately. I mean, I tell her, unless sometimes I ain't got the code to my phone. What are you talking about, Kenny? You know, he's that quick on it.
Does that automatically send it to Volvo or something, or code?
Yes. If it throws any kind of error code, it sends it straight to Volvo.
But it's a transmitter on the machine itself, huh?
Yep. And we don't have to pay for this. It comes with the machine. And then on the haul truck and tracker, it comes with machines and sends the reports. Even tells them we're not even paying for this. Even tells them they'll come, hey Pete, you got PM do. You got 250 hours. What they do, there's a 500 because they got that higher upgraded oil. Yeah, and Kenny and Carl, hey man, you got almost 500 hours on it. You're 50 hours away. I'll get a mechanic out there next week.
But you don't refuse the service. Once they
No.
said needs it, you do it.
Absolutely.
Okay.
You start refusing service when you start getting
Yeah,
Make
no,
it
we
right
don't,
now.
we don't, and we don't want to do that. So,
no. I won't. I know how vital that equipment is to the operation, and I need it running. So you get, but it's like anything else. You
But-
want the last, you gotta take care of it.
but with cat, if you send off a sample and it comes back mild, at that time you don't. It doesn't require any action
Yeah, if it's a final.
or minor, but you'll check it again at some later date.
Example, mild wear and tear. Silicone, which is dirt, in the final gear oil. Well, what they'll do is either myself or them. It's been myself here lately, to be honest. We drain the final gear oil out of final drive and refill it. We'll flush it for about a minute, a little fresh oil, then we'll refill it. Then when cat comes back out for the next PM, they'll check it and they'll run a sample on it. And then if at that point, if the sample is still bad, okay, we need to see what's going on. That's when we start talking about repairs. But that's typically how it goes. But I mean, and we're paying for the service, GP. We're paying for the system for GPS to tell them everything's going on. Supposed to notify me, and they're not. I hadn't been getting the alerts and stuff, and I got me and Vince got into it pretty good over this, and it's just like, oh, I just got into it actually yesterday, and I'm not paying for it. Oh, my haul truck turned to come out. The actual temperature is running hot. So I called Vince and said, "When's the last time SW960 has had the finals put it on the haul truck? It's gonna be your final axles."
Yeah.
I said, "One is that them axles been changed. They're gonna be included in the 2,000 RPM." He pulls it up and he says, "Pete, according to our record, it had been changed in 2021." And y'all wonder why they're running hot. That all the benzines, everything that broke down. It's like water. It's supposed to be 50 weight gear oil goes in there. It keeps them cool, lubricates it. Thick oil. And so in your wonder why it's running 240, 245 degrees in my axles, because it's just water in there. And I said, how many PMs? I said, I'm gonna tell you something, Vince. Every 4th PM is a PM4. You got PM1, PM2, 3, and 4, then it starts over. Okay. So every 4 months, I'm doing a PM4. Because I on all my equipment, much hours they run, I PM about once a month. Because they anywhere from 230, 250 hours. Okay. So that's been at least 4 PM4s. What you
Nothing.
paid for, and my axles didn't get changed. So I
Well,
told him they're gonna be out there Monday, and I told I'm not paying for it.
Yeah.
Y'all, it's incorrect billing. Y'all owe me. Right now, you owe me. So I refuse. I'm not. Y'all want to come do the service, but I'm not paying for you to change my axles.
I'm surprised that a company like them uh, provides such poor service.
I called him yesterday with that. I'd been charged 4 times for PM4s, and we hadn't received a full service.
Well, that satisfies my question, Pete. So thank you for your reply.
Yes, sir.
All right, any other discussion on this? All right, let's move on to 8B. It'd be the culvert.
Yeah, so what do you think we need to, I mean, we got a ball rolling on that with Brett and so forth there as to what we need to do.
What's the deal on the cover? What?
It's 30 years old and it's out right here, but it's finna blow out the leach pond. This is a picture I took from standing on the Green Monster. You see this culvert right here?
What kind is it?
It's
Concrete or what?
It's plastic real. Looks like a 48 inch.
Okay.
Okay, to me, it's not a small design, but it catches fresh water, rainwater, and for some reason it goes through and stops 20 foot out in the leachate pond. Well, my question was, when I put freshwater leachate, I have freshwater pond for this.
Yeah.
But the culvert blew out right there before the leachate pond.
That's
cut
it there.
That's it right there. It blew it out right up against the liner. So if I don't do something, that leachate pond, if the water gets up there on that liner, it's gonna blow that leachate pond.
But that's only about an 8-inch culvert,
48.
48 inch.
48 inch.
Yes.
Mhm.
Is that, if it's that plastic pipe,
Mhm.
this is just something I did on mine. I had a 24-inch a 24-inch, it was a metal, corrugated metal. And no, yeah. And so I had a problem that blew out, and I just ran inside of it a 20-inch plastic. Is there a way to get the next size down and just insert that into there?
Like you
digging
realize
all
where
out?
it is. You see my leachate pond falling?
Yeah.
Fell 4 foot because it's back feet to the culvert. So my leachate pond right now is currently leaking.
Yeah. So
So only way my solution, and Brett wants to look at it, he's kind of agreeing with me, but he wants to put eyes on himself. Was blowed out, cut it out. The part coming from the Green Monster, rerouted with a culvert to the freshwater pond. Like it's supposed to do. The leachate side, what goes into the leachate pond, cap and concrete that culvert in. Be done with it, cap and close it. Because it's no even Brett. It's like, why are we putting fresh water in leachate? It don't make no sense. Brett, it was done 30 years ago. I can't answer it for you. And actually, that culvert is nowhere on the drawings. When I first, he almost called me a liar when I called him and told him, there's a culvert here. It's blowed out. He's like, no, it's not on no drawings. So I go take that picture. He's like, oh my God, that wasn't supposed to be there. It's here. And I've always seen that culvert on the Green Monster. I suspected it went down to the spillway, went into the freshwater pond. It's supposed to go in.
So can we just close off that culvert then and run another one down to the freshwater pond?
You can close off of it, cut it this way to back to the leachate pond, get it concrete, cap it off, seal it in. But the side coming from the Green Monster is way too much water. It's 148. It's a lot of water coming down there. Oh, you can take it, dig it out right there, put another one on it with a 90 and turn it and put it in a ditch to come out to my freshwater pond.
Well, I'm just wondering if the part that's left in there, if we're digging out the bad part, the part that's left in there is 30 years old. How long is that going to last? You know,
We're fill it with concrete.
You don't fill it up.
Oh, but it's not from one end. It's not from where it enters that culvert all the way to the other end. The same
They're
kind of
gonna cut
culvert.
it off. That's what he said. He's gonna cut it, stop the water from going in it,
Mm-hmm.
cap the other end, and reroute the water.
Well, I guess I'm wondering why, if you're going to cut it at the other end or cut it in the middle of the culvert and reroute it, the part, if you're cutting that part of the culvert that you're leaving in there is the same culvert that you're cutting out. Isn't that 30 years old? But you're saying you're not using that? So why don't you just fill it in from the part that's right there
I
at the
think
mouth?
that's what he's doing. He's filling it in with concrete.
I have to do something, Mike, because it's draining my leachate pond right now. So I got to cap that
because you
side
can't
of
pull it out of there.
Yeah, I can't pull it out because it's made into the liner of the leachate pond. I can't afford to bust my liner. Okay, but if I can cut it, cap it, seal it off, it's because my leachate pond right now, even if we talk, my leachate pond's going down. It's draining my whole leachate pond.
Yeah, I understand that part. I guess my question is why don't we just cap it right there at the entrance to that culvert? Why don't we do that?
Oh, up there on the Green Monster?
Yeah.
Well, it's from the picture that you showed me.
Yeah, well, the picture I was showing you can cap it up there on the Green Monster, but you still got to cap it
What
at
is
the
that,
leachate pond.
up on the Green Monster, the picture you were showing me?
Yeah, this is
It looked like it was just a 50-foot culvert in there or something.
it's 48-inch cord.
Okay, so that's on the Green Monster there.
And it runs on the ground to the hole right there.
Okay, so where's the Green Monster in?
Right here. It catches rainwater, comes through, that culvert goes through my liner and my leachate pond.
But this is the Green Monster here.
Correct.
But, so is the Green Monster right there?
No, sir. Green Monster, if you zoom in, ends right there. It's the bench.
Oh, okay.
It ends right here, then the culvert goes on the ground.
So I guess what I'm saying is if you concrete, put an insert into there to stop the culvert, the concrete from going through, and just pump concrete in there, that would interfere with the Green Monster.
Yes, because that rainwater has to go somewhere.
I know, but I thought, where's
We'll put a
the,
new culvert.
where's the
in,
water pond, where's the water pond at? I mean,
Fresh water?
freshwater pond.
Okay, it's over here.
Okay.
So what I plan on doing is putting a 90 right there, cut it, put a 90 right here, dig a ditch straight down here to the freshwater pond. Straight down into the freshwater pond. This side, on this side of the hole, has to be capped because it's draining my leachate pond.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
No, I mean, and I guess my question is, if this caused a problem, this part in here is the same age, and it's gonna have a problem too, sooner or later. So I was
Well,
wondering, why
his-
don't you just go up here and put a culvert straight into it?
Because if I go add another culvert from the Green Monster, you gotta tear that liner out. That's a high dollar slaughter price. But
Leave that monster alone.
Yeah.
Food.
Yeah, no, I'm not wanting to mess with that, but
Oh.
We did
It looked like
50-some
that.
patches on it, that was enough.
it looked like the fresh water that's coming down through there is still within the Green Monster then. That's fresh water coming in.
yeah, every time it rains, that culvert drains the fresh. I can't seal it off at the Green Monster because next thing you know, that trench down there in front goes around the Green Monster will be full of water. You gotta have it to go somewhere. So I was just gonna reroute it and to the freshwater pond was supposed to go. But since it runs through the culvert, and this is probably a lot of reason that the plastic culvert give up, it's 3-acre leachate pond. It's 15 foot above its culvert. You know how much pressure, back pressure is putting through that culvert? And it's plastic. I understand why they went with plastic because they went through the line. They had to have plastic to weld it back. I get that part. But you know how much back pressure it's putting on that culvert? And that's why it most likely blew out. That's a lot of break because I'm telling you, when it blew out, it was just bold. You went down there and thought you had a big 24-inch water main just blowing everywhere. And it was just the pressure from the leachate pond. When it blew out, all you see was a big whirlpool out in the leachate pond just circling. That pond started dropping.
Well, Brett, you said Brett's coming up Monday.
Yes.
And like I said, he's our engineer, so I figure, y'all come up with the best
solution.
solution
Yeah.
for them being the engineer.
And Brett also mentioned maybe adding it to the contracts we have now, adding it to their contract because they also do this type of work. They do liner work and all this, and it's right there by the liner.
We'd have to get a change order on that bill.
We got a contract.
That's what he suggested was maybe getting contractors out there now.
Since they there, yeah.
Because it has since they're already there and it's kind of high priority. They're gonna have to get some people out there pretty quick and fix this issue.
Right. Okay. Any other questions, discussions?
Not for me.
All right.
So I guess, is there any kind of action we take on that other than just? Not right now. We don't need a motion to add that to the contract for Brett.
And we're waiting on Brett to get.
Yeah.
Wait and see how much it's gonna cost before we decide what we're gonna do.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's just due to old age and the back pressure that that leachate pond putting on that culvert and it's plastic. They finally just give up.
It's what, 20, 25, 20, 28 years old, imagine.
Oh, God, have to be.
Yeah.
So-
The life of the deal.
So the leachate, when it was swirling and leaking from the leachate, where was it going into the freshwater? Where did that end up going to?
My freshwater pond.
Yeah.
But my leachate goes to my freshwater pond.
Okay.
Once that leachate, I have a 12-inch valve with a pipe. Leachate pond gets a certain height. goes to the pipe and goes in the fresh water pump. But by the time it reaches its height, I done got it processed. It's safe to go. Okay. But now your whole pond is gone. Now I'm getting everything off the bottom. So it might want to cause me little problems in my fresh water pond. I don't know yet. I had it sampled yesterday, so we'll find out. I don't think so because I've been there 2 days watching it drain, and it's not no smells. The water's not black. It's normal greenish color like it always has been. Hell, even got fish flipping in that hole. So I got good leachate. I mean, I got fish and turtles down in that hole right now where it blew out. I guess they got forced, pushed through that culvert. I got fish in there flipping little brain about that long. So I'm not so much worried about it. The sample guy, he said, Pete, you've had some of the best leachate in landfill I've been to, so he wasn't worried about it. So, but we do just got to get it fixed.
Right.
Okay, great.
All right. No other discussion. I have a motion we adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Stephen, second by Mike.
Does fresh water improve the quality of the leachate?
I'm sure you
Well,
have.
I'm done.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
I was just asking that
Aye.
question. I'm sorry.
No,
You
you're
good?
I
good.
thought we were all.
No, sir, not yet.
We didn't vote yet.
Yeah, I was just wondering.
We got it.